Hello, and welcome to the Omnioto channel, where I post about mystery and conspiracies that have or have not been debunked. And if they have not been debunked, I do my full extent research, exhausting research, to find the answer, as well as bringing you laughable entertainment on today's current event. Today, we are talking about four things that all have one thing in common: paranormal mysteries. They were all once unsolved mysteries, but now have been debunked, all but one. Starting off with our first one, the miraculous Loretta Chapel staircase. In Santa Fe, New Mexico, a centuries old spiral staircase that makes two full 360-degree turns and rises up to 20 feet has long been hailed as a supernatural phenomenon. The legend says that the Loretto Chapel was built in 1878. The builders forgot to include access to the choir loft. Because the chapel was small, local carpenters said a traditional staircase would take up too much seating space and suggested using a ladder instead. To find a solution, the Sisters of Loretto began praying a 9-day prayer named Novena to Saint Joseph, the patron saint of carpenters. On the ninth and final day of the prayer, a stranger arrived at the chapel with a donkey and a tool. Looking for work, the man built a remarkable two-turn spiral staircase using only basic hand tool, wooden pegs, and glue. He did not use a single nail. Once the staircase was completed, the man just quietly vanished before the sisters could thank him or pay him for the labor. The structure is held together entirely by wooden pegs and glove-free joinery rather than the nails or hardware. According to the local lore, the staircase that the mysterious carpenter constructed using an unknown wood species that features zero center support pole. But in the early 2000s, local historians and researchers have solved the miracle. They tracked down the original shipping records and found that it was built by a French woodworker named Francois Jean Rochas, who used tight center stringer and traditional wooden pegs to build the board panda, thus ending the miracle mystery of the Loretto Chapel staircase. 2. The Loch Ness Monster. For decades, Nessie was the ultimate cryptid. In May of 1933, after the local Inverness published about a couple who claimed to see an enormous animal plunging in the water. This had coincided with the opening of the A82 roadway, which brought widespread tourism to the area. Many reports were said to be seeing the Loch Ness Monster throughout many accounts. In 1934, the famous surgeon's photograph, which depicted of a small head on a long neck emerging from the water, became the defining image of Nessie, but was later on revealed to be a hoax in 1994. 60 years later, it was revealed that a skilled model maker, Christian Sperling, was the one who created it and fooled people. In a major 2019 environmental DNA study, researchers from the University of Otago systematically sampled the waters of Loch Ness. They found no evidence of any dinosaur, large reptile, or giant fish. Instead, they discovered a massive amount of eel DNA, leading scientists to conclude that the monster sightings were simply the result of unusual European eels, thus ending a 93-year mystery. 3. The Bermuda Triangle. For years, the area between Florida, Bermuda, and Puerto Rico was associated with curses and supernatural vanishings. In 1918, one of the largest non-combat Navy courier ships, the USS Cyclops, disappeared without a single trace or distress call after departing from Barbados, with all of the 309 crew members in it. In 1925, the SS Cotopaxi cargo ship vanished while traveling from Charleston, South Carolina to Havana, Cuba, carrying 32 men and a cargo full of coal. From 1945 to 1949, the Flight 19, the Flight BSA-A Star Tiger, and the Star Ariel were all considered vanished without a single distress call, leaving no wreckage for investigation. However, meteorologists and oceanographers analyzed NASA satellites data revealed that massive straight edge hexagonal clouds formation over the region. These 55 wide hexagonal clouds form over the ocean and act as air bombs, creating massive microbursts of wind reaching up to 170 miles per hour. These sudden atmospheric changes and violent 45-foot waves offer a ground explanation for the so-called paranormal tragedies, thus ending the almost 75-year paranormal theory of alien abduction, opening portals, and time-traveling pockets to an end. And now, our final mystery that hasn't been yet or given any logical reason of solved from here on out anywhere. I'm telling you guys, I literally tried my best to do my research on this, and from biblical times to nowadays, I could not find a lot of stuff about this. I even went to an AI verifying app site to verify that there's no AI, and it came out 80% real. So there's 20% still of speculation. This specific footage was recorded in 2013. The image showing an 8-pointed star, or octagram if you like geometry. It's a UAP, was captured in infrared footage by the US military platforming during a surveillance mission in the Middle East. The video was recently declassified and released to the public in May of 2026 as part of a large batch of government UFO. In Islam, this is known as the Khatim, and it is used to mark the end of chapters in the Quran and as a symbol of divine harmony. Hinduism recognizes the star of Lakshmi. It's an 8-point star. It represents the 8 forms of wealth and governed by the goddess of prosperity. Christianity symbolizes rebirth and restriction with the number 8. It is frequently built in baptismal fonts. Indigenous North Americans among the Mi'kmaq, it is known as, God help me with this, Wejwimpanik, coming of dawn, and represents a hope and new beginnings. Nordic traditions known as the Selberus, a Norwegian motif. It acts as a cultural symbol of good luck, protection, and winter. Some skeptics or optical experts suggest that the object movement distance with heat of signatures heavily mirrored how a brightly burning military illumination flare registers on an infrared film. Another prominent technical theory suggests that a diffraction artifact of tracking distortion caused by the camera optics, focusing on a concentrated heat source. And on social media, internet enthusiasts and UFO communities nicknamed this the chandelier UFO. Some drew connections to ancient text descriptions of Alphanim, the wheel-like biblical angelic entities with multiple points or eyes. But nothing else has been found or any information about this has been made aware of. Until more information is let out, I will let this be as a possible spiritual entity. As much as I tried to find more information about this, nothing came up. I tried finding different type of drones that were used in the military during the 2013s. I went to the websites that they show all the different drones that they used during the Middle East war or any type of surveillances that they had there, which none were anywhere close to resembling this. After an hour of researching, I couldn't find anything. So until there's more information about this, I'm just going to leave it as a possible spiritual entity. Well, that's all the mysteries that I have for today. I apologize if I butchered the names in this video. And if you stayed long enough, please hit the like button on this. And if you want to subscribe, I plan on making more videos that debunk all this type of paranormal and conspiracy theories. But I also want to bring some type of comedies into my channel, so just stay tuned. I have a lot of entertainment that's going to be coming for you guys. So until then, I appreciate you guys being here with me and your patience as I start my journey on this YouTube channel. I'm trying my best to know how to work with this recording and stuff. So until then, I appreciate you guys, your patience, and thank you for watching. Until then, goodbye.